Give us the lay of the land. Like, when you look out and see everything that's happening at the festival, what do you see?
Well, in 2022, I'd convinced the chief of police, Scott, that this was not really an event that required a lot of security. I said, this is not a Metallica concert. He walked into our headquarters and said, Joanne, you need to come outside. And I said, why? And he said, it's a Metallica concert.
Excellence in Tourism Innovation Award goes to Freeman and the South Dakota Chislic Festival, which did an outstanding job hosting people to the state of South Dakota for the last 5 years.
Chislic is meat on a stick, cubed meat. It specifically is lamb or it's mutton. This area was largely settled by Germans from Russia, and the Freeman community specifically, and the entire Chislic circle was settled by these people in the late 1800s, and they brought with them Chislic, or in the part of Russia where these Germans came from, it was called Shishlik.
Meat on a stick would be an ancient dish that has been enjoyed for centuries by the nomads and herdsmen around the world, right? As soon as there was fire, there was probably meat on a stick cooked over it. The sharing shashlik together was a very social event. You didn't just make shashlik for yourself. You made it for your group, for your buddies, your friends. In the 60s into the 70s, then you start hearing these college students that would say, yeah, you know, gotta serve up some Chislic for my buddies. But then in the 60s, 70s, you start seeing college kids heading off to colleges, bringing that knowledge to other people, and then also people traveling through the area. Gotta stop at Freeman and have some Chislic.
My name is Andrea. I'm the president of the South Dakota Chislic Festival this year. I have been on board with the festival since almost the very beginning. Just the sound, the idea of it made me excited. It was something I wanted to become a part of.
Honestly, at the beginning of this, it was Chislic and the craft beer front and 400 to 800 people on Main Street. I mean, that was the idea, the vision. Let's see where this goes.
We were very excited, thinking, you know, small block party, Freeman, very family get together, and it exploded. is the only way to describe what happened. Overwhelming is the word that always comes to mind when somebody asks about the first year. The people started coming very early and they just never stopped coming.
And it just kept snowballing. I started getting calls. I started getting calls from family and friends on the highway situation because they were like, yeah, Highway 44 and 81 is like backed up significantly and 81 is really busy.
But we still had a wonderful time. We had great music playing. We had vendors who were serving food and drink as fast as they could. We never did run out of food. We ran out of some types, but we had Chislic till the very end, and that's something that we're proud to say.
That first year, was this a case, like when the dust settled, was it a case of, okay, we were right, people want this, so now what? Just talk about that.
Absolutely. After the first day, you know, it was late at night, we're trying to clean up, we're trying to put everything away, and all of us that worked together to make that day possible looked at each other and said, you guys, we've discovered something. We're onto something. Everybody loves Chislic as much as we do.
The first year we had the South Dakota Chislic Festival in 2018. We had it at Freeman's City Park in the baseball diamond, and we quickly realized that that venue was far too small and we needed something larger. The Prairie Arboretum here on the edge of Freeman was, like the Chislic Festival, someone's vision of what could be. We just feel so fortunate. It's just a perfect setting. We had several people, even locally, who said they didn't know this place existed. And so this has, I think, worked well both for the our festival, certainly, and for the Academy to showcase this asset. I mean, it's just a hidden jewel. When we had Congressman Dusty Johnson here, he had no idea a facility of 40 acres, this beautiful, was located in this part of the state. So we not only want to showcase our heritage, we want to showcase our Chislic, but this is a venue that we think is a great opportunity to showcase.
It takes a village, it takes every family member we have here in Freeman and the Chislic Circle. We count on well over 300 volunteers, starting a few days before and up till the day after, getting everything set up, torn down, and really all year long as we work towards our goal of putting on the best festival. It's so much fun on the day of the festival, after all the hard work, to see families hanging out in this beautiful park that we use. And family reunions that are happening, people that you haven't seen for years and years, maybe a high school classmate, or people come here just to meet for the festival. And so we really suck that in, enjoy the fact that it doesn't even matter if you're family, you feel like family when you're at the festival.
This is a festival that is truly has something for everybody. Of course, it's always popular to have the huge beer tent right next to the Chislic, and there are people who will come and stay in that tent or adjacent to that tent and enjoy themselves because they're here for the food and beverages. You also have families with lots of children who will go right over to the kids zone, and for parents who sit back and may not want to be in the kids zone, we've got the huge area for bingo. So they can sit under that tent, play bingo, watch the children have fun. There are other people who just come here totally to shop. We have music going all day long, and there are some people that go and sit right in front of the stage and watch music all day long, only leaving to get food. People will come in just to play in the beanbag tournaments who've never been here and see we have all the food and the shopping. And then there are people here, like we said, that are here just for the history of the food. It's not just the history. They like Ian Tuttle's Chislic. They like Ian Tuttle's Chislic that's free. And so we have several sit-down sessions that Ian does during the day that explains from Chislic to Chislic. And those people we encourage to go over to the museum, because what they see over there just builds upon what they learned from Ian here. There's just something to do for everybody.
You were talking about this before the legislature took that action. You know, what did that do for momentum specifically for the Chislic Festival? That was a launch point, right?
It really was, yeah. And we also knew that the time was now, that we couldn't wait for, 6 months or a year, because there'd be many other entities that would say, hey, that would jump on the opportunity. So we jumped pretty fast. Of course, we never dreamed that it was going to be what it became.
If you have never been to the South Dakota Chislic Festival, you have got to come, at least just once. Chislic will be the star, but there is so very much more.